Okay, so I'm going to assume you are learning the basic stuff about Pixlr, the online photo editor that you're looking at here. So I'm just going to show you one technique that I think might be helpful for this particular assignment. So I'm going to make it just a quick tutorial here. So I'm gonna do this by starting with an open image from a computer. I'll click that, and then I will select the image I want to open if I can find it. I've got a couple in mind. There's one. So I have an open image like that, and then I'm going to go to the layer menu, and I'm going to open image as layer. So I'm going to open two images, so I'll have two layers. And let's see if I can find that one. That will be difficult too. There we go. Okay. So that's my second one. So a couple of different images. Now just for the heck of it, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to work on one at a time. And so I'm going to make that one that I just uploaded. I'm going to make that invisible. I'm clicking that over here just to get the little thingy there. Now with the background one, that's the first one I uploaded. I'm going to have to unlock the layer. So I just double click that. So now it's unlocked. And so what I'm going to show you how to do is make a blend, a sort of gradient blend that will fade from opaque to totally transparent, so that you can. The technique I'm working on here is how to make a kind of one image kind of seamlessly blend into another image. And so the theme is going to be sort of boundary blending and working with boundaries. And so this will be maybe a useful technique for you. So the way you do this is you select the layer you want to work on. So I'm going to select this one here. And then I'm going to add a layer mask, right? And so there's a little button, a little teeny tiny one that has a kind of a circle in the middle of a rectangle. You click that. When you have the layer selected, you click that, and it adds the layer mask. So right now it's literally masking that layer. Then you go to the gradient tool. That's this one here, the blue one that looks like a gradient. And then you click that, and then it gives you some options for the gradient up here along the top, and you're going to leave these all be. But I'm going to just click right in this area here to select. You see how this one here looks like it's going from opaque to totally transparent background? That's the one you want. So you click that, select it, and then maybe make the opacity something like, not quite 100, but maybe like 85 or something in that neighborhood. And then what you do is, so I'm going to try to sort of make a blend from left to right. So I'm going to start over on the left-hand side and drag the cursor, that sort of X, and then when I let go, you see what starts to happen. So you can do that as many times as you want to. You can drag from left to right, and you can start to establish a kind of gradient that you want. And you don't have to start at the very edge either. You can also kind of work this in a bunch of different ways. So you get the idea, though. You're creating this sort of boundary in the middle in this area that is sort of semi-transparent. Okay? Then, just to show how this works, I'm going to open the other layer, or make it visible, the second image I uploaded, to make it visible again. And then I'm going to do the same thing with it. So I'm going to have the image selected. I'm going to click on the little teeny tiny icon there for a layer mask. I click it to add that. And then, even though I don't see it, you know that this area here, the sort of checkerboard, is actually the mask, and it's masking that layer underneath. And so I'm going to select the gradient tool again. This time, and I'm going to make sure that's all the same settings. Select them again. Do the opacity right about the same, right? And then this time I'm going to drag from right to left. So I'm going to go like so. And as I do that, that other image is going to start to appear. So, and you can just kind of keep working this until you get it more or less what you want. So, goes sort of like so. So then, you have a couple of options then at this point. You can sort of move these things around a little bit. So I'm going to select the image on the left, and click the Move tool, which is like the upper right there. And then I can move this, right? And so you can start to see that boundary, that sort of blended area. You can just sort of get it just about right, and you can move these around any way you want. So you can sort of work like that to get a pretty seamless blend, right? So something like that where there's no real change in the opacity level so much to make it super obvious. So you can do something like that, and then if you get it to a place you like, then you can click the crop tool, and you can select within the image the return key on the keyboard, and then you have something like a blended image, so you have a pretty seamless thing. Now you can work this out in a lot of other ways as well. You can do erasure, you can do a selection with a feathered edge, you can do various things, but this is one way to do this, and again will maybe be a useful technique for you in working on this particular assignment.